Skavenging asks, wow, I'm going to open this one up again. Skavenging says, I've been rewatching MythBusters, and the will RFID chips explode in an MRI myth. Tori asked about RFID myths like, can data be stolen? Yes. And it got shut down fast. Was it discussed that criminals can use this knowledge? Yes, totally. But just because criminals can use the knowledge about a security weakness does not mean you shouldn't bring it to the public's attention. To not bring it to the public's attention is a mode of thinking called security through obscurity, and it has never, ever, ever worked against an interested party that wants to breach that security, ever. Security through obscurity only satisfies people who are not really paying attention to security. I full stop believe that. And so this was such a thing. We were in production. The other team was doing RFID myths, and Discovery said, we'd like to get on a call just to figure out what your narrative is going to be for this. And on that call, the way Grant Imahara told it to me, were a bunch of senior legal counsels for like Amex, Visa, MasterCard, etc. So there's like, the other team got on a meeting with Discovery that turned into a very heavyweight kind of meeting. And the vibe was, don't do this story. And they moved away from it. That's the reality of working for a network. And again, I think that it is very reasonable to call out security vulnerabilities where they exist. This is how we fix them. That being said, this is also the reason we never made an episode about gun silencers, because they work really well. And impromptu methods for gun silencing, there are several of those that work spectacularly well. And I have no interest in showing people how to use guns quietly. Absolutely not. I will tell you a story though. I did get to see a silencer demo once. This is almost 20 years ago now. I got to see a silencer demo, and the quietest thing that really surprised me was a subsonic round. That means a bullet that goes below the speed of sound. If you want a really quiet gun, you got to shoot below the speed of sound, because you're never getting rid of that crack for the. And it's going through a silencer. So this subsonic round is going through a silencer, and the silencer is full of a bunch of baffles that take the gases off and stop that pop from happening. But there's an extra thing that they were showing that you could do, which was to put a liquid in this silencer. This isn't anything that nobody knows. And made it much more sound almost like a movie, like that, crazy, totally crazy. But we didn't want to, we weren't interested on the show of demonstrating impromptu gun silencing techniques, and so we didn't. PDXASM says, if you could sneak into any facility on Earth and look around, but you have to take the risk of being caught, what would it be? I don't feel like there's a huge risk for me in getting caught. I feel like enough of the world grew up on MythBusters right now that I'd be pretty good. But among the things I would love to see, Norm has gotten to visit the CERN particle accelerator. I would love to go to there. The tunnels under New York City that bring its water and all of its stuff in. The tunnels under Grand Central Station. There's like all sorts of stuff there I would love to check out. NORAD, our military base inside a mountain. Jake GS2 GD has asked a question. He says, I recently got a nice brown leather fedora. Congratulations. How do I gain confidence in wearing hats without looking costumery? My girlfriend likes me having it on, but I'm 50-50. Any advice? Yes. Okay. New hats are hard. New hats have to grow into you, and you have to grow into a new hat. That your girlfriend likes it, that is the bigger part of the battle that you might fight with a new hat. I am a firm believer that I want to look good for my partner, and so I have checked my hats with my partner, and she loves the hats that I wear. But like, yeah, if there was one where she was like, oh no, don't do that, I probably wouldn't do that. So I feel like you're ahead of the game already, that your girlfriend likes it. You're 50-50. Of course you're 50-50. It's a new hat. This is my new hat. This is from Optimo in Chicago. I got it a few months ago. It is only just starting to finally wear in to be part of me. But it still hasn't fully gotten there. It's like you need a certain amount of flesh and blood. There's a spot of my blood here. Oil and grease. Like, I like a beat up hat. I think often when I see people like in the airport wearing hats, because I'm a hat guy, I always notice the other hats in the vicinity. I think I see a lot of hats that all look too new. And, you know, when I see a real hat, we know what I mean. It's like it's more part of a person. So the phrase that helped me understand it is, I came to the conclusion that the hat wears you until you wear the hat. And there's no getting past the discomfort of the hat wearing you. You just got to suffer past it. And at a certain point, you'll notice each day it's feeling a little better. You're in the home stretch. This is great. I would make sure you Scotch guard your hats. You know, you can literally reblock them or flatten out your brim using a home steamer. And steamers are cheaper and easier to get now than they were when I was younger. But yeah, you mostly, Jake, GS2GD, you just got to wear the hat through the point that the hat then becomes a part of your body. Good luck. This, I don't think there's enough hats in the world. If you put me out in the sun without a hat on, I will almost have a panic attack because, you know, there's parts of my body that have never seen the sun. It's like I'm practically translucent in those parts. Yeah, down under here. So I like the hat as a practical cover for my very, very white Irish skin. And it's a critical piece of safety equipment for me. So that actually helps me wear those hats out in the world. But yeah, dude, yeah, the hat wears you until you wear the hat. But you will win. You will win. Good luck. Thank you for watching. I wanted to talk to you about Tested membership. The Tested members are a key community that we find really, really remarkable. That's very separate from Tested and from YouTube. The Tested members, they buy each other memberships during our live streams. So if you're wondering whether to become a member, watch one of our live streams and someone may just give you one. It is hard to overestimate how much the Tested members actually make possible on this channel. They give us a lot of wiggle room. They give us a huge amount of feedback.
That's a member right now.
Thank you so much for enjoying your membership. Description for everything you need to know. And for all the members out there, thank you, thank you, thank you.